Momma Cuisine is about making great everyday meals with simple ingredients and basic cooking techniques, and I want to show you how. Now tell me that this doesn't look like a meal you would find in a restaurant. This show also highlights restaurants, foodies, artisans, and events to help me in my quest in making great everyday meals. So come join me. I'm Johanna Cook of Momma Cuisine. Momma Cuisine is a proud sponsor of the Good Food Festivals coming to Chicago from March 15th through 17th. For more information, visit www.goodfoodfestivals.com. In the new year, my husband and I are attempting to eat lighter. So this Valentine's Day, I'm making it light and sweet. I'm taking delicate tilapia fillets with cherry tomatoes, red onions, a splash of white wine and olive oil, wrapping in wraps paper and roasting it. For dessert, I'm simply roasting apples topped with granola, brown sugar and butter, and homemade whipped cream. Alright, we're actually going to start with the dessert today. What we're going to do is take 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Alright, what's cool about the wrappers is that it tells you how many tablespoons are each or how much each tablespoon is. So just take 2 tablespoons here. And we want it to be melted, so I'm going to microwave it for about 30 seconds. Then melt it. And after it's melted, we're going to toss it in with the granola. In a bowl here, I have 1.5 cups of granola. I also have a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Make sure you use brown sugar for this. I'm going to toss it in there. You can use granola, any kind of granola you want. There's some with dried fruit in it, some just very simply made. This one is with honey and oats. I topped it with a little brown sugar. If you don't want to use brown sugar, you can use agave nectar. You can use honey. My butter now is done here. Spoon, my butter here, it's melted. And toss it in. You just want to toss the granola and brown sugar together. Toss that all together until the butter has coated everything, all the granola kernels and brown sugar, and it's going to start to kind of clump up on you, and that's totally fine. I have 2 gala apples here. A baking pan. Cut these in half. This is so simple. It's so good. My kids love it, of course, topped with vanilla ice cream. I do as well. But I'm going to top it today with just some fresh homemade whipped cream. You will not believe how expensive to buy whipped cream is in the store in those little blue plastic containers when you can make it at home. So much better. You could add flavorings and and make it completely gourmet from scratch. Now what you want to do is hollow out the insides. I'm not going to use anything fancy but a spoon. And just take the seeds out, and you're going to make a little crevice in there for your granola to go in. Okay? So just want to take that. I'm sure you could use a melon baller if you have some fancy tools at home. I'm just saying you could cook really good food with not much tools, not even, a spoon. You just need the very basic tools to make very good food. So I'm just going to take out the inside there. Now we have 4. That's more than enough for my husband and I. We're going to take the granola, brown sugar, a little bit of butter, and now what we're going to do is just pour all this on top. Cover each of the apples. Make sure you get a lot in the insides there. So just fill your apples with the granola, brown sugar, and butter mixture. And use it all because who doesn't like a little extra crunch? And they're baked apples with granola. There you go. And that's with just 2 apples, you get 4. So just like this, we're gonna stick it in the oven, 375 degrees. We're gonna let this bake and get all gooey and delicious for about 35 to 45 minutes uncovered. So I'm gonna stick that in here right now. There's so many of these very simple recipes that you can do. It only sounds fancy, but really it's not. You could totally make it at home. Skip buying it from the little container. Make it at home, and you know, the kids will love it. They will taste real whipped cream, and I mean, you would love it too. So let's go ahead and start that. So I have here just a very simple hand mixer. You could buy this very inexpensively in the stores. Even the drugstores these days have them. I have a bowl here. What we're gonna do is take heavy whipping cream. Shake it up, make sure it's cold. We're gonna take 1 cup of this. 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Don't use half and half. You want the fat of the heavy whipping cream. That's what makes it fluffy and delicious. Frothy whipped cream. We're gonna take 1 tablespoon. Gonna use just regular sugar. You can use confectioner's sugar, powdered sugar. I'm just using that, and we have here, I'm gonna use, oops, vanilla extract. That was half a teaspoon. I think it turned into 1 teaspoon. But that's all right, that's good, and that's it. So what we're gonna do here is take our hand mixer, start it at low. So this is why you need a deep bowl, or else it's gonna splash all over the place. So let's start it low. Keep turning it. You can smell that vanilla. Use the best vanilla you can find. You want to make sure that your heavy whipping cream is cold. And you just want to keep mixing until the liquid starts to get frothier and frothier, and it starts to form some stiff peaks for you. And in just a few minutes, you have homemade whipping cream. And I'm sure you can find tons of things to do with this to top it. Today we're topping it with baked apples with granola. Ribbons are starting to form in there, and that's how you can tell it's almost done. What used to be liquid is now turning into frothy. It's making ribbons as the mixture is turning, and that's how you can tell your whipped cream is just about ready. So now we're gonna move on to our tilapia fillets. So like I said, we have here some very delicate fillets. I have 4 here. So I'm gonna put 2 in each of our little packets, okay? And how to make this packet. I just took some wax paper, kind of cut out a circle. This is a little bit more like a hum-hum. And I'll show you how I did it. It's very, very simple. So take some wax paper. I'm gonna fold it in half. Take some scissors, kitchen scissors, and we're gonna cut a big circle. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. This is just a great way to put our fillets in. All right, so just a little bit of artwork for you to do. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna take the fillets. I'm gonna do 2 in each. 2 fillets. Gonna add a little salt. And a little pepper in each. What we're gonna do is I'm just gonna slice here some tomatoes. So we just need to slice some tomatoes and onions and put it in with that. So let's set these aside first. Before we continue, I'm gonna take a couple of these yellow cherry tomatoes, slice them in half. So very fresh, very light but flavorful dish. And really you could put anything you want with it. You could put yellow squash and just julienne it, cut it into mashed chick pieces. You could put shredded carrots, zucchini, tomatoes. You can put whatever you want in there. So I'm just taking very simple here. Some yellow cherry tomatoes. Set that aside. Let's take a red onion. Grab a red onion here. I'm just gonna take half. Put the red onion. Thinly slice this as well. What we're gonna do then is put all this in there, put a splash of white wine, some olive oil. I'm gonna go ahead then, take the 2 fillets that I've already salted and peppered. I'm gonna add some onions, a couple of these yellow tomatoes. Oops, one that got away here. All right. Fresh herbs. I'm gonna take some thyme. Let's take the whole sprig, 1 or 2. Let's do 2. This is very lemony, very herbaceous, lemony scent and taste. I'm gonna put some thyme, some rosemary, fresh rosemary. Just kind of put that in there. Let's take some parsley. Kind of rustic, right? And lemon. So let's take a slice of lemon here. What we're gonna do here, how am I gonna cut this? Let's just cut it into wheels. Some lemon wheels. Fish is always good with a little citrus, right? So what we're gonna do is add some of that right on top. Okay. Put a little olive oil. Oh, it's so pretty. It is so pretty already. I have here a little bit of white wine. Just a little splash of that. Okay. That was like, I want to say 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon. And what we're going to do is just wrap it. Just take the edges. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just curl it up so it's nicely sealed. And so now we have a little package here for dinner. So delicious, okay? So let's do that again. I'm gonna put that one in my little roasting pan. So let's do that again, okay? 2 tilapia fillets. Now this is gonna be our main dish. We're gonna have just vegetables with our tilapia, all right? We have some salt, pepper, okay? With me? Cherry tomatoes, doesn't matter what color. I saw these yellow ones and I thought they were great. Use heirloom, if they're in season, local, whatever you could find. Always like to support the local farmers, local food artisans as much as I possibly can. And you would be surprised. You don't actually have to look that far to find great ingredients. You have it. You know, even if you're living in the city, in a metropolitan area, you will find that just maybe 30, 45, an hour away, not that far at all from where you're living, some really great local farmers, little great food artisans that you could support and visit, and they really need our help. So as much as you can, visit your local peeps. Oregano here, the thyme's already down there, and parsley. So just take that. Okay, said doesn't have to be anything crazy. Some lemon. Pretty package. It's so pretty. Okay, olive oil. I'm always pretty generous with the olive oil there. Splash of white wine. Okay. Wrap it up, seal it. Oh, this is great for dinner party too. Everyone gets their little package. Everyone feels so special. We're gonna put this in. Our apples are in there. We're just gonna go ahead and put it in there. Again, 375 is what our oven is. This is not gonna take as long as the apples. Probably gonna be much shorter amount of time. So about 20 minutes is what we want. We just want it perfectly flaky. Everything is gonna kind of steam in here. The vegetables are gonna get soft. All the flavors are gonna melt together. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. So let's put this in. Put it right in there. Set the timer for about 20 minutes. Take your tilapia fillets out, and after that, we'll put our meal together. So our fish is right about done. I cannot wait to get it out of the oven and put it on a plate. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. Let's see here. Out of the oven here. Oh, I can see that. And our apples, you know those are almost done because I can smell it. Brown sugar. Pop it on a cookie sheet also. And you can just see here, you can smell the wine. Oops, I spilled a little here, that's okay. You can smell the wine, olive oil, those herbs. You have our little packets here. Let's open one up. I'm gonna open it up here. Oh, and look at that. With the lemon, the tomatoes have softened. Look at that. And the fish is perfect. Perfectly cooked. And that's how you serve it. Just like that. And look how beautiful that is. Very light meal. Still very elegant. Beautiful looking. You can see the baked apples. The granola brown and crispy. The brown sugar has melted. You can smell it. So delicious. Let's plate that up. Perfect. Perfect whipped cream. So let's put that aside here. Let's grab a spoon. Let's see, which piece do I want? I want the one with the crispy granola. Ooh, that's hot. Careful, because it's so hot. A little bit extra there. This one. A little extra, of course. Who doesn't want extra crunchies? That's what my kids call them, crunchies. Crunchy granola. Let's move that. Top it with our fresh homemade whipped cream. Okay, I can put that on the side. A little extra for me. A little extra for me here. And there you go. A light yet elegant Valentine's dinner. Thank you so much for joining us again this week. Make sure you check out MommaCuisine.com and subscribe to this channel as well to get all the recipes and all the videos straight to your inbox. Follow me on Twitter at Momma Cuisine and on Facebook, facebook.com/MommaCuisine. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next Friday.